Just Buggin'. Hey guys, this is G-Man with Just Buggin'. We are on the 78 VW Super Beetle Champagne Edition. I'm about to install the motor, the fresh rebuild. As you can see, I got my friend in the neighborhood, Pat, helping out. Got to figure out how we're gonna hang that, spin that AC compressor out of the way. They didn't want to disconnect it from the system. So we found the tranny mounts to be bad. So Pat's getting those on there right now. A little delay there, but hey, we're here. Let's get them replaced. I'm not gonna have the camera on this one. It's going to be kind of a little hairy. You've all seen the process of putting a motor in several times, so you'll see the placement of the AC compressor when I finally get the motor in there. So that's what's on for today. All right guys, we got the motor up in here. That exhaust is perfect for this scenario. Could have went with the other one. Yeah, hell of a time getting this thing up in here. I got the compressor laying here. You know, I got to relocate the coil. The fuel pump will be back there somewhere also. I see a few issues that I was concerned with before. The tube is as thick as wide as this intake is, and then it comes over here to clear this. It's slightly behind this, so it's going to create some sort of resistance, I'm sure, with this linkage. And then I see that I'm going to end up making a bracket for my actuator. It might work on that one. Something like this, and come down further and then put a tab off of this to where when you turn on the air compressor, it can kick that up a little bit, bring the idle up. So it's gonna be a little while to figure all that out, but motor's up in it, everything's fine. Those are just a few modifications I'm gonna have to come up with and make it work. So that's where we are. Okay guys, what's up? Just Buggin'. Look at that beautiful 72 Super Beetle. But we're on the 78. It's time to figure out what in the hell I'm gonna do with that throttle up switch for the AC. Of course, it's gonna have to throttle up a little bit when you flip on the air compressor. So I got to looking at it, and here's my switch. Let me get to my notes here. I got to thinking, you can see in there, not a lot of room to put this thing in there, but I see that the air compressor has 4 bolt holes right here. Gives me an option, a nice, good, sturdy place to put it. Now, I also got to figure that the compressor is going to move back and forth for the belt, so I'm going to have to make it somewhat adjustable here, because the compressor is going to go this way or that way, and I want to put this switch. It's really the only place I could see to put it, and I'm hoping it's strong enough. I mean, I had to put a good size spring on here to pull the cable back so that it goes back down and pulls the accelerator cable back. So I'm hoping that it can push hard enough for that. That's pretty damn hard. It's pressing my finger in. I might have to go down on that spring some, but it's really the only space I got. Now, it's all the way out. This is all the way out, and then that's all the way in, so it gives me plenty of room, if you can see that, of me going back and forth. So I need to notch it out. I'll probably have to grind these nodes down a little bit and notch it out for this to be adjustable. And then I got to thinking that this is going to go side to side, so this needs to be adjustable somehow. Don't have a lot of room in here, so I think if I notch this out for the forward and reverse adjust, and then put 2 bolts here, I could notch this out to where that can be adjusted in and out, position it right on that. So that's what I'm going to work on here, and it's going to have to be some strong metal. You see, I got my nice little doodle work, my art here, going to give me an idea. I've got 3.5 inches to go in here, and then I'm going to trim it and make it to where it's not going to rub on these wires, or put something on them like a little sheeting or something. And then it's going to be 2 inches down. I'm leaving it to come across it like this. So I got my metal cut here. I'm about to drill some holes in right here, and this will be on the side of the compressor, and this will be for reinforcement where it's been over, you know. And then I'll come off over here somewhere to get to this switch, which will be like right here, and it can go forwards or reverse. But then I need to make this arm be able to go side to side as the compressor belt gets tightened. All right, that's what I'm going to work on now. All right, guys, this is what I came up with. I mean, it's strong. It's not going to bend. So let's see where my 13 go. So see, I'm going to make these oblong, elongated holes, whatever. Hit this one and this one, and I may weld these bolts to the bracket on that, so it'll just make it easier to adjust. That's what I'm going to do, because you can just adjust this so you can loosen this up, and you can go this way, you can go that way, and then these will be elongated this way, so where you can go forward and backwards and side to side, and then the AC compressor can go this way or this way, and see, I can still adjust that. So that's going to be nice. I think it's going to work out fine. This is all the way back, so see if I tighten it down, say this is where I want it right here, my air compressor belt's tightened. This is where I want it. So I can tighten this down. I might have to tweak it a little bit. It might be too high, too low, whatever. Put a couple washers in there. So that's where I'm at with that. All right, guys, I got my bracket made. I don't know if you can see, okay, say the compressor, the belt's gonna be right here. So let me just tighten up one of these down here. All right, now our AC belt is tight. All right, you see my switch right there? It's not behind the arm there. All right, let's take it out to right there. And where's my ratchet? Let's say, okay, right there, that bolt is right on it. All right, we want it. Let's go ahead and make the bracket hit this right here so we can adjust that. So we're right where we want to be there. And tighten this down. I'm gonna get the same nuts. One is a 9/16, 13 millimeter, half inch. So I want them to be all the same. So when you're here, you just have one wrench picking up what I had. All right, now my light here again. Now we got the distance side to side. So now this we can pull in. I might notch that out a little bit further. No, it's actually right on it. So that would be fully, and this, pull it all the way back, and this is with the solenoid all the way out, which barely touches it. So somewhere in between here is going to be where we want to be. We'll determine, oh, if we stop it here, we've got an additional 200 RPM when the AC compressor's on. If we stop it here, say we have 300 and a quarter. So we'll get where we want it. And like I said, I think maybe it'll be best that you're touching the pedal when you turn the compressor on, you know, to where it's not sitting there, and this will be your stop. When you flip the switch on, it'll pop out. I'm just not sure how strong that is, if it's just going to move it where it wants to, but we'll find out. But I imagine it'd be strong enough to, when you let go of the throttle, it's going to be where that stop is when it's in the actuated position. All right, but it's going to be sturdy. It's not going to be able to move itself around and lose its adjustment. And I've got a good stationary point right here off of the compressor. So, and I got all my throw here, in and out, forward and backwards. Yeah, I think this is going to work great. All right, well, I'm gonna get it all adjusted where I think it'd be, get the motor warmed up and everything, and then actuate that solenoid, see what happens. I've hooked up that switch and got it all on there. Of course, I don't have the belt yet, see how well the AC works and if it's gonna hold the idle up. It holds it up now, so we're gonna go test drive it. I realized that the choke wasn't set. Apparently the screws were loose and it backed off of the original setting we had on it. Maybe while we were adjusting other things, if failed to tighten it up, but it'll warm up a little bit. It's a big car. I still feel there's going to be a little bit more adjustments to it. I hope I got enough fuel in here. Really didn't put a lot in it. I just want to drive it around a little bit and see. I'm not sure if it's even, you know, adjusted properly for drivability. I like the idle and everything, but still I think it needs some more adjustment. Yeah, just a little bit more adjustment on the fuel and air mixture. 38 millimeter double barrels, a lot more finicky. It's a lot harder to get it just right. Once you get them right, they're good, but let's see. It's gonna take a little while to get it just right. Not bad, not bad. Make some adjustments and see what we get. All right, guys, I got my bracket on there for the AC throttle up solenoid. You can see where it's at. You can see that. And if you can hear me, you watch the solenoid. Now it's pushing up against it. So if you push your pedal down a little bit, it's going to hold it up. It's not going to go down. So your AC is on. Then you just disconnect the AC and idle goes back where it's supposed to be. But see, if you flip it on with the pedal all the way down, yeah, it's eventually going to do it, but you can just raise the pedal a little bit and there it is. So that can all be adjusted right there. Hey, it works, man. Awesome. All right, I'm back. Had interrupted. See, this is the furthest out and it barely touches it. And that's all the way in with the AC off. The AC clutch not turned on. And that's with the AC clutch turned on, because then this will actuate at the same time. So that's my furthest adjustment back. And then I'll notch these this way where I can bring it forward and get the amount of RPMs that I want. Now, this, like I said before, this is pretty hard with that spring. You know, if it is too hard, it's probably going to be too hard to push function initially by itself, but I would imagine if you know you're going to put the AC on, if you have your foot on the accelerator or you just slightly pushed it down, then actuated the air compressor, when it comes back, that would be its new stop, is what I'm hoping. Hopefully that's strong enough to hold that up, but we're about to find out shortly once I make a couple adjustments to it. And if it's fine, then I'll take it back off and paint it up nice and black, and that should do it. Might trim these off a little bit. I don't know. They'll be fine. It'll look nice. And it definitely will be sturdy, and that arm's not going to tweak this back any at all. That's why I put this little stop here, so I only had to use one bolt. I'm pretty happy with that. I really didn't have much room at all. There's really no other place to put it from what I could tell. So we'll see.
Hey guys, it's Dalton. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and have a just buggin' day.